What if I told you that some places never let go of the souls who perish there? That the echoes of their pain, their fear, and their untimely deaths still linger, refusing to fade? From an abandoned sanatorium where the dead were secretly wheeled away, to a grand hotel where a ghostly woman watches from the balcony. These are the most haunted places in Kentucky. Shadowy figures, eerie whispers, and doors that slam on their own. Are these just legends? Or is something truly lurking in the darkness waiting to be seen? Stay with me. But be warned, what you're about to hear isn't for the faint of heart. The haunting of Waverly Hills Sanatorium, a place where the dead still roam. They say some places never let go of the souls who perished there, and Waverly Hills Sanatorium is one of them. Once a tuberculosis hospital where thousands met a slow, agonizing death, its walls still echo with their suffering. Patients were wheeled through the infamous body chute, a dark tunnel where the dead were secretly removed to avoid spreading fear among the living. Today, visitors report shadowy figures lurking in the halls, eerie whispers calling their names, and the terrifying creeper, a twisted entity that crawls along walls and ceilings, watching from the darkness. But the most chilling of all? Room 502, where a nurse allegedly took her own life. And now her ghost is said to lure the unsuspecting inside. Are these just stories? Or does something truly sinister remain inside Waverly Hills? Would you dare step inside? 2. Bobby Mackey's Music World, the gateway to hell? What if I told you that beneath this country music bar lies something far more sinister than just a dance floor? Bobby Mackey's Music World, once a slaughterhouse in the 1800s, is now infamous for its violent history and its chilling hauntings. Legend has it that satanic rituals were performed in the basement, and some claim a woman named Pearl Bryan was brutally murdered here. Her head never found. Visitors report seeing shadowy figures, hearing blood-curdling screams, and even being scratched by unseen hands. But the most terrifying story? A former caretaker claims he was possessed, his body controlled by an evil force. Some even believe a demonic portal exists inside, earning it the name the Gateway to Hell. Is it all just folklore, or does something truly unholy lurk beneath Bobby Mackey's Perryville battlefield, where the war never ended? The Civil War ended over a century ago. But on the blood-soaked grounds of Perryville battlefield, the echoes of war never faded. In 1862, thousands of soldiers met a violent end here. Bodies left scattered, the wounded crying out for help that never came. Today, visitors report eerie gunfire in the dead of night, the clang of unseen bayonets, and the ghostly moans of soldiers still trapped in their final moments. Some even claim to have seen spectral figures marching across the fields, only to vanish into thin air. But the most chilling encounter? A lone soldier staring blankly, dressed in tattered gray, only for him to disappear the moment you blink. Is this just history playing tricks on the mind, or do the spirits of Perryville's fallen still fight their eternal battle? Let us know. Would you dare walk these haunted grounds? Like, share, and follow for more chilling mysteries. 4. Liberty Hall, home of the Gray Lady's eternal watch. Imagine visiting a grand old mansion, only to feel someone watching you, even when no one is there. Welcome to Liberty Hall in Frankfort, home to one of Kentucky's most famous ghosts, the Gray Lady. Legend says she was Margaretta Varick, a guest who died suddenly while visiting in the 1800s. But death didn't end her stay. Visitors have seen a veiled woman in gray drifting through hallways, doors creaking open on their own, and the chilling sensation of invisible hands brushing against them. Some say she watches over the house, forever bound to its halls. But others believe something far darker keeps her trapped here. Would you dare step inside Liberty Hall, knowing she might be waiting for you? 5. The Seelbach Hotel, haunted by the mysterious lady in blue. A luxury hotel with chandeliers, grand staircases, and a ghost who never checked out. The Seelbach Hotel in Louisville is home to one of Kentucky's most famous spirits, the Lady in Blue. According to legend, she was a young woman named Patricia Wilson, who tragically fell to her death in the 1930s. Some say it was an accident, Others whisper it was something far more sinister. Since then, guests and staff have reported chilling encounters, elevators moving on their own, eerie whispers in empty hallways, and the unmistakable scent of perfume lingering in the air. But the most terrifying? A woman in a blue dress seen staring from the balcony before vanishing into thin air. Is she searching for answers or warning the living of something darker? Would you dare stay a night at the Seelbach Hotel? 6 Maple Hill Manor, whispers from the Civil War, a charming antebellum mansion by day, a haunted relic of the past by night. Maple Hill Manor in Springfield has a history soaked in tragedy. Once a plantation, later a Civil War hospital, where countless wounded soldiers took their final breaths. Today, guests report the eerie sound of footsteps pacing the halls, disembodied voices whispering in the dead of night, and the chilling presence of unseen eyes watching them sleep. Some even claim to hear the agonizing cries of injured soldiers, their spirits forever trapped in a place of suffering. But the most terrifying encounter? The ghostly silhouette of a soldier standing at the foot of the bed, only to disappear when the lights turn on. Is Maple Hill Manor just a historic inn, or is it still occupied by those who never left? Would you dare spend a night here? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget to like, share, and follow for more chilling mysteries. 7 Old Talbet Tavern, where spirits never rest, a place where history lingers, and so do its ghosts. The Old Talbet Tavern, standing since the 1700s, has hosted famous figures like Jesse James and Abraham Lincoln. But some believe not all of its guests have left. Visitors report objects moving on their own, ghostly footsteps echoing through empty halls, and, most chilling of all, the sound of a piano playing when no one is there. Some claim to see shadowy figures lurking in the corners, while others feel an icy breath against their skin. And then there's the legend of Jesse James himself. His spirit, they say, still roams the tavern, perhaps drawn to the bullet holes he left behind. Is this just the weight of history? Or is something truly supernatural at play? Would you dare spend a night at the Old Talbot Tavern? 8 Jailer's Inn, where the spirits of prisoners still linger. What if your cozy bed and breakfast stay came with unseen cellmates? The Jailer's Inn in Bardstown, once a brutal 19th century jail, welcomes guests. But some say its former inmates never left. Visitors report hearing heavy footsteps echoing through the halls, eerie whispers in the dead of night, unmistakable clank of cell doors slamming shut. Even though the prison closed long ago, some have even woken up to see shadowy figures standing at the foot of their beds, silent, watching. The most terrifying, guests who claim to feel an unseen hand grip their shoulder, as if warning them not to leave. Are these just echoes of a dark past, or do the restless spirits of the Jailer's Inn still seek their escape? Would you dare stay the night? Let us know in the comments. 9 Cave Hill Cemetery, a resting place that refuses to stay silent. A cemetery is meant to be a place of peace. But at Cave Hill Cemetery in Louisville, the dead seem far from quiet. This sprawling graveyard, home to some of Kentucky's most famous figures, is also known for something far more chilling: paranormal activity. Visitors report glowing orbs floating between tombstones, whispers that seem to come from nowhere, and the unsettling sound of footsteps trailing behind them, only to turn around and find no one there. Some even claim to see shadowy figures lurking among the graves, vanishing the moment they're spotted. But the most terrifying? A strange, ghostly mist that moves against the wind, as if it has a mind of its own. Is it just eerie folklore? Or do restless spirits still wander the grounds of Cave Hill? Would you dare visit after dark? 10 Kentucky State Penitentiary, the castle on the Cumberland, holds more than just history. Some prisons lock up criminals. Others seem to trap their souls forever. The Kentucky State Penitentiary, a massive fortress known as the Castle on the Cumberland, has housed some of the most dangerous inmates in history. But even those who've left, one way or another, may not be gone. Guards and prisoners alike report chilling encounters. Shadowy figures stalking the cell blocks, ghostly apparitions appearing in empty corridors, and the blood-curdling screams of unseen inmates echoing through the night. Some claim to hear the clink of shackles dragging along the floor, while others have felt an invisible presence watching from the darkness. Is it just the weight of its violent past? Or is something still imprisoned within these walls? You've now heard the stories, the footsteps in empty hallways, the ghostly figures that vanish into thin air, the whispers that call out when no one is there. But here's the real question. Do you believe? Are these just old tales twisted by time? Or is there something still watching, still waiting in the places the living fear to go? If you had the chance, would you dare visit? Tell us in the comments. And if you want more terrifying mysteries like this, make sure to like, share, and follow, because the next story might just be even darker.